What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this Xiaomi 13 Ultra and I'm gonna compare this Xiaomi 13 Ultra with iPhone 14 Pro Max and Huawei P60 Pro. This video is also recorded with another Xiaomi 13 Ultra. I have just joined Xiaomi 13 Ultra launch event and it's been super exciting. I wish you will enjoy this video. If you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this Xiaomi 13 Ultra, Huawei P60 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. I have been using these three smartphones for a few days now. Yeah, Xiaomi has just released Xiaomi 13 Ultra and I believe this one is one of the best camera smartphone that Xiaomi has released. Well, if you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Also listen carefully which microphone has performed better, because all of these three smartphones comes with a secondary noise cancellation microphone. Okay. Before we check portrait photos, let us check photos of human subject. This is very important to me because I really like to take a lot of photos of my friends and family. At the beginning, I must mention these are the toughest backgrounds to process. Harsh sunlight, crazy ambient light, altogether it's not easy for even any flagship smartphones. After checking almost 35 photos, Xiaomi 13 Ultra has faster shutter speed and better exposure, almost natural color rendition and very close to reality. Huawei falls far behind with mediocre performance. Beauty effect along with overprocessing is an issue. It's there in all of these three smartphones. Xiaomi 13 Ultra has managed to process photos with less beauty effect. It has surprised me with natural skin tone and a lot of details. However, there is a reddish tone on the face. iPhone 14 Pro Max has also done well. It has more details and less beauty effect than Huawei P60 Pro. But I would select Xiaomi 13 Ultra over iPhone 14 Pro Max for human photography. Okay, Huawei P50 Pro cannot grab 3.5 times portrait photos cause it doesn't use its telephoto lens to take portraits. Anyway, both the iPhone 14 Pro Max and Xiaomi 13 Ultra uses its telephoto lens for bokeh photos. At a glance, obviously portrait photos of Xiaomi and iPhone looks better than Huawei bokeh photos. iPhone has better color grading, Xiaomi has better white balance. But I need to mention that Xiaomi saturated the photos a bit, Huawei comes with warm color temperature and less details. Subject detection is almost similar and great on all three smartphones, but Xiaomi is leading the way with more details on the subject. It also has better separation between subject and background, while Huawei has failed in many occasions. By default, bokeh effect is very similar, but we actually can select our preferred f-point in Xiaomi 13 Ultra to modify depth effect. So yeah, even if we have different type of personal preferences, we can get our desired bokeh effect. Considering all the aspects, I would stick to Xiaomi 13 Ultra, but Thea, the model, is in love with Huawei cause she believes in Huawei P60 Pro photos. She looks more beautiful than real life. Time for selfie photos. Both Huawei and Xiaomi have applied beauty effect, and Xiaomi has also added a bit of saturation. Check my clothing, and yeah, Huawei has applied way too heavy beauty effect. I should say it's bizarre. Skin tone and color rendition on iPhone 14 Pro Max photos is slightly better than Xiaomi 13 Ultra. I truly don't understand why Xiaomi has increased contrast and dropped highlights. iPhone 14 Pro Max selfie photos has higher detail level and higher shadows with sharp textures. Xiaomi has balanced shadows, sharper textures, enough details, but colors are slightly saturated. Tia has taken more than 25 selfie photos. After checking all the selfies, I think iPhone 14 Pro Max is better than Xiaomi 13 Ultra. But depending on your personal preferences, you may like Xiaomi selfie photos, and that's okay. Different people have different ideas about night mode photos, and I have my own way to check night mode photos. If you're subscribed to this channel, then you may know about DENS. I'm truly surprised. Really, the photos you are watching in this comparison are the hand-picked ones out of almost 100 photos. In most of the photos, performance seems to be similar, but in some harsh lighting conditions, Xiaomi 13 Ultra has performed way better than its competitors. In most of the photos, all three have managed to grab enough details, but Xiaomi is slightly ahead. I have to mention, most of the time Xiaomi 13 Ultra has better exposure, while iPhone 14 Pro Max has a better noise removing algorithm. Xiaomi, in some occasions, has done even better than iPhone 14 Pro Max. Shadow detail levels are very similar. There is no way to judge one better than the other. Overall, a very tough task to select a winner. But after checking a lot of photos, I have noticed there are some differences in white balance, color rendition, dynamic range, and details. I think Xiaomi 13 Ultra is the winner cause it has grabbed more details, rendered colors with perfection. iPhone has also done well in different occasions but lacks consistency. When I have switched to the ultra-wide mode, the first thing I have noticed is Xiaomi has always overexposed in search of brightness. Xiaomi has higher highlights, but as it has also increased contrast, the whole picture doesn't look washed out. It's just the well-lit areas in the background which gets washed out. Well, all of these three smartphones have similar dynamic range in low light. But when it comes to ultra-wide photography, Xiaomi 13 Ultra is better than the other two because iPhone and Huawei has failed to neutralize white balance, and under harsh lighting conditions, both have failed to render true-to-life color tone. Moreover, Xiaomi 13 Ultra has grabbed more details and processed textures with sharpness, but it has added artificial sky color tone, which makes the whole photo unreal. iPhone has also grabbed a lot of details, but due to a very warm color temperature, sometimes it doesn't look true to life or even attractive. Well, in low-light zoom photos, I really didn't expect this. I was thinking Xiaomi 13 Ultra would win this segment as it has two optical zoom lenses with two flagship class sensors. But iPhone 14 Pro Max with a 3x telephoto lens and a 12 megapixel sensor has fought very hard. Anyway, Xiaomi has got more details, it has better color grading, wider dynamic range and better exposure. iPhone has done better than Huawei in 3x zoom photos because iPhone and Xiaomi comes with a 3x zoom telephoto lens. Huawei has to depend on its main sensor for anything below 3.5x zoom. I'm truly surprised to see iPhone has done really well in low light 5x zoom photos. The thing is, Xiaomi has a 5x zoom periscope lens, so both the iPhone and Huawei have to depend on hybrid zoom, including digital cropping. So I had better expectations from Xiaomi. Anyway, considering all the aspects, Xiaomi 13 Ultra has won the low light zoom battle, but it's a marginal win. Xiaomi isn't ahead by a mile. In some occasions, Xiaomi has failed to render colors which portrays reality, and the color grading of 3x zoom and 5x zoom lens is a bit different. Well, I think that maybe Xiaomi will be able to fix this through an update in the future. Time for nighttime low light videos. These are 4K 60 frames per second video clips. I should tell you, I'm not only surprised, but I'm truly overwhelmed by the performance of Xiaomi 13 Ultra. In the past couple of years, I have always complained that Xiaomi has a poor videography performance. But look at this. Finally, Xiaomi has fought back. I will let you watch through these clips. What do you think? Hasn't Xiaomi almost beaten iPhone and Huawei? Xiaomi has very good color tone mapping, better stabilization, and better exposure. I'm amazed. Yeah, trust me, you need to try this Xiaomi 13 Ultra by yourself. iPhone may have a bit more details here and there, but I really can't find any aspect other than a bit of a saturation where Xiaomi has failed to iPhone. I'm also surprised to see the performance of Huawei P60 Pro. I think even a 2 years old Huawei P40 Pro can beat this P60 Pro. I have taken all these images in auto mode with auto HDR on. However, both the Xiaomi and Huawei comes with a Pro mode, so if you have the time to dial in, then you can use the Pro mode. But as most of the general users uses auto mode, I have used auto mode. The moment you check these photos side by side, you'd notice three main differences or issues: white balance, saturation, and texture processing. Huawei has reproduced contrasty photos while Xiaomi has gone for brightness and artificially optimized colors. iPhone has managed to balance between highlights and contrast. In most of the photos, Xiaomi 13 Ultra has managed to maintain a very good exposure. In some occasions, Huawei P60 Pro has delivered underexposed photos, especially when sunlight is directly hitting the lens. iPhone 14 Pro Max has rendered true-to-life colors, but sometimes saturation and white balance ruins the photos. Considering detail level and texture processing, I think I would stick to iPhone 14 Pro Max for daytime photos, but trust me, Xiaomi has also grabbed a lot of details. It's just the way Xiaomi has added heavy artificial processing makes the photos more like social media ready. That's not what I prefer. So that's why I'm sticking to iPhone 14 Pro Max. Xiaomi 13 Ultra comes with the best sensor for ultra-wide photos. Xiaomi 13 Ultra has a Sony IMX858 50 megapixel sensor tagged to its ultra-wide lens. iPhone 14 Pro Max has a 12 megapixel and Huawei P60 Pro has a 13 megapixel sensor for ultra-wide photos. Straight to the point. Xiaomi has better white balance, more details, better exposure, and a very good balance between shadows and sharpness. iPhone 14 Pro Max produced ultra-wide photos with warm color temperature and also grabbed enough details. Huawei P60 Pro has continued to fail under harsh lighting conditions. In general, it has even failed to put up any fight against Xiaomi 13 Ultra. But in some occasions, Huawei P60 Pro has also delivered some nice ultra-wide photos. It doesn't matter whether we have tried to take a 3x zoom photo, 5x zoom photo, or a 10x zoom photo. Xiaomi has delivered the best zoom photos. iPhone 14 Pro Max has done well, but in general, Xiaomi is way better. Huawei P60 Pro performance is more like hit or miss. Xiaomi 13 Ultra has more details, better exposure, sharper textures with more definition, but it has failed to render true-to-life colors. iPhone 14 Pro Max has better color grading. In some occasions, it has less details with high shadows, and in some occasions, it has failed to maintain the balance between highlights and contrast. Well, here comes 4K 30 frames per second daytime video clips, wider dynamic range, better exposure, better stabilization, more details with definition, and natural white balance. Wow, this Xiaomi has just blown the other super flagships away. It just has one issue, and that is artificial color grading. Truly, after watching these video clips, I'm speechless. Xiaomi has done it.
Set the world on fire.
Huawei has continued to fail. I'm truly disappointed. Overexposure and poor focus metering has made this phone viewable in almost all the indoor photos. Xiaomi has performed with consistency. It's true that both the iPhone and the Xiaomi has maintained a very good brightness and contrast ratio, but iPhone has failed in some occasions. White balance jumps back and forth, and Xiaomi sometimes has a bit of a color tint, which reminds me of OnePlus in its early days. In terms of details and shadows, both the Xiaomi 13 Ultra and the iPhone 14 Pro Max have grabbed similar type of details, but truly, this year Xiaomi has tweaked their flagship to perfection. It has processed every single texture with clarity. It's really very difficult to decide a winner between the iPhone 14 Pro Max and Xiaomi 13 Ultra in indoor environment, but considering the price gap, this is a big win for Xiaomi.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you. Please give me a like.
Hey, yeah, please give us a like. If you end up liking this video, then please give us a like, because we are doing a lot of hard work to put this camera comparison together. So at the end of this video, if you find that this video was a bit helpful for you, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. Go on. Jai Xiaomi, dear Amber. Hey, how?